just been repented by the Super Diva and blocked the door with her baby. Chapter 1, the Super Diva brings the baby to the door. Chapter 1, the Super Queen brings the baby to the door. This marriage. I'm not getting married. I know you are a good person, but I don't want to force myself. In the future, I want to live for myself. Desolate Cafe. Looked at his girlfriend Song Jia with a blank expression. Today was supposed to be a great day for the two of them to get their certificates, but I never thought that God would make such a big joke with him. Live for yourself? What a ridiculous reason. If you really don't want to get married, you can break up long ago. Why wait until this time to regret the marriage? The dowry is all given, and the wedding banquet is set. Actually, he doesn't really care, but how can his parents bear all this? It is good. After a long silence, nodded. Originally, the two met on a blind date and did not have deep feelings. When you return the dowry, we will have nothing to do with each other. The dowry? What dowry? Song Jia's face froze. Was stunned, and his heart suddenly burst into anger. Not only did she want to regret her marriage, but she also wanted to swallow the 300,000 yuan betrothal gift. Looking at this delicate and beautiful face in front of him, he suddenly felt a little sick. He never thought that she was such a vicious person. We talked for half a year, and that money can be considered as a youth compensation fee. Song Jia said indifferently. Compensation fee? You really said it. Clenched his fists tightly, holding back his anger. Anyway, the money can't be refunded, and I don't have any money. Song Jia said coldly. No money? It's for your brother. Sneered. She also has a younger brother and recently had a girlfriend. Song Jia did not answer. Your family thinks that it is quite beautiful, and you can get 300,000 yuan for nothing. How can there be such a good thing in this world? Said angrily. His family was not wealthy. After taking out a loan to buy a house for marriage, he scraped together the 300,000 gift. How could he give it to others in vain? Whatever you say. Song Jia's expression was still indifferent. Okay, see you in court. Took a deep breath and shouted. Song Jia snorted, picked up the bag beside him, and stood up. She looked at and made no secret of her disgust. This man, apart from being handsome, is useless and can't give her the life she wants at all. How could she waste her life on him? With her beauty, she deserves better. That 300,000 yuan is also what she deserves. As soon as she turned her head, she was about to leave. At this moment, he saw a tall figure walking by. A slim black dress, which is close to the figure, outlines a graceful and embossed curve, and is extremely hot. A pair of delicate black high heels on the feet, wrapped in a pair of white jade feet, are charming. Wearing a pair of sunglasses and a mask on her face, she couldn't see her face clearly, but from her figure and temperament, it could be seen that she must be a superb beauty. Raised his head, glanced at her, and finally, his eyes stayed in her arms. At this moment, she is holding a pair of babies with her hands on the left and the right. A boy and a girl, they look only a few months old, very cute. As he looked at the babies, the woman stopped in front of him and whispered. You are. Was stunned for a moment. Why didn't he remember that he knew such a beautiful woman? Come on, call Dad. The woman lowered her head and called softly to the baby in her arms. Yeah. The two children are too young, so they can only make babbling sounds, which are very cute. Was stunned. Next to, Song Jia was also shocked, with a ghost-like expression. This is actually a father. Or the twins. What's even more incredible is that the child's mother is still such a beautiful woman. Rich woman. As a woman, she can see at a glance that the decorations on this woman are top luxury goods with great value. It's totally unreasonable. This looks very handsome, but his family background is very ordinary. How can he climb such a high branch? Is she blind? At this time, was also very puzzled. When did he become a father? Why didn't he know? Shouldn't it be a new scam? Looks like you forgot, more than a year ago, bar X. Do you remember? The woman said. Yemo thought about it carefully. It seemed that there was such a thing. More than a year ago, he did meet a beautiful woman in that bar, but at that time he drank a little and became a little less conscious. Later, he didn't take it seriously. Are you sure it's mine? Yemo hesitated. It was a coincidence that it was a hit in one go, but it was still a twin. Who else but you? Women's way. Yemo is still a little skeptical. Ding, a suitable host is detected, the Shinhao Daddy system is binding. System loading. Congratulations to the host, the successful opening of the Shinhao Daddy system, a novice gift package is now distributed, with 5 million huaxia coins. Suddenly, a voice sounded in his mind. System. Yemo was pleasantly surprised. Of course he knows what the system is. Since there is a system, it cannot be wrong. It is indeed his child. He stood up and looked at the twins excitedly. He actually has a child, and he has both children. This kind of happiness comes a little too suddenly. There is also a system. He understands what it means to have a system. This is a double happiness. What are the names of the two babies? He was a little at a loss, wanted to touch the two children, but was a little scared. One is called Noonyuo and the other is called Jingjing. The woman said softly. Listen well. Yemo smiled and said, Can you give me a hug? Let's go out first. The woman glanced at Song Jia next to her and said. Okay. Yemo nodded hurriedly and followed her out. Watching this scene, Song Jia stomped her feet angrily and gritted her teeth. These two completely ignored her existence. She was even more unwilling. She kicked this Yemo on the front foot, and he next to a rich woman on the back foot. Together she is the clown. This feeling is too embarrassing. Over there. After leaving the cafe, the woman walked to a car on the street. Ye got this car by default, the famous nanny car, Toyota Alpha. She's still a rich woman. He muttered to himself. Entered the car, the woman put down the two children gently, raised her hand again, took off her mask, took off her sunglasses, revealing an incomparably bright and flawless beauty. Yemo took a closer look, and his head couldn't help but buzz. He recognized the face. Su Yuqing. Superstars, queen-level characters. Used to be popular all over the country and was a household name, but more than half a year ago, she was suddenly exposed to a lot of scandals, and she was photographed by paparazzi for a pregnancy test with a big belly. At that time, everyone was guessing who the father of the child was. Also because of these scandals, she retired from the entertainment industry and has no news. At that time, he also ate this melon and still enjoyed it. Never thought that the father of the child was himself. End of this chapter. Just been repented by the super diva and blocked the door with her baby. Chapter 2, Eat soft rice at a young age. Chapter 2 Eat soft rice at a young age. After a long while, Yemo didn't return to his senses. The woman in front of her was once known as the most beautiful woman in China. She is the goddess that many men dream of. Such a person turned out to be the mother of his child. Looks like you recognize me. Su Yuqing pursed her lips and smiled. Her facial features are very delicate, and there is not a single blemish to be found. The plump red lips, the upturned nose, and the pair of deep and misty Danfeng eyes are all flawless. She put on light makeup and wore a pair of sparkling diamond earrings, which made her more fashionable and charming. Of course I do. Yemo smiled wryly. Who wouldn't recognize a dazzling star like her? That's good, I don't need to introduce myself. Su Yuqing raised her hand and twisted her hair. She is beautiful, and her figure is even more proud and hot. A slight movement can reveal a charming style. As for you, I also know some. Said, she raised her eyes lightly, staring at the young man in front of her. He has a handsome face, which is not much better than some star idols. This was one of the reasons why she was so moved that night. Yemo nodded. She appeared in the cafe today, which is definitely not a coincidence. With her financial resources, it is very simple to find someone to check her situation. Why did you come to me? Yemo hesitated for a moment and asked. The encounter that night was just an accident. She was a big star, and he was just an ordinary person. She didn't need to give birth to this pair of children, and she didn't need to come to him. I don't want a child without a father. Su Yuqing murmured. She also hesitated and wanted to raise her alone, but after thinking about it for a long time, she still felt that the child could not live without a father. She wants to give her child a healthy childhood. In the future, you can come to see them more and accompany them. When I'm busy with work, you can also help take care of them. She reached out and stroked the cheeks of the two children with love. If you have any financial difficulties, you can tell me, it is also for the children. Said, she looked up at Yemo, need not. Yemo hurriedly shook his head. Eating soft rice is good, but not necessary. With his good looks, if you want to eat soft rice, you have already eaten it, why wait until now? Besides, he now has a system, and he is not bad for money. She smiled and said nothing more. Uncle Dong, let's go. Eh. The driver responded, turned his head, and looked at Yemo, his expression was clearly envious. Boy, yes. Eat soft rice at a young age. Yemo can read his meaning. Who ate soft rice? He muttered to himself and turned his eyes to the child. Can I hug? He was a little nervous. Su Yuqing nodded, picked up the boy, and carefully handed it over. The moment took over the child. Yemo was so excited that his hands and feet trembled. The child in his arms didn't make a fuss, just stared at him curiously with a pair of jet-black eyes wide open. Yemo couldn't help laughing. Looking at the cute appearance of the child, he felt that his heart was melting. His name is Nuonuo, right? Yeah. Su Inuo. Su Yuqing said, picked up the female treasure again, and handed it over, her name is Su Jing. Yemo took it and smiled even happier. He didn't care about the child's surname. After all, the child was born alone, and he didn't take care of her. Noa good. Quiet is so beautiful, she must be a beautiful girl when she grows up. He looked left and right, smiling from ear to ear. Ding. When the system task is triggered, as long as the host accompanies the child for an hour, he will get a random reward. At this moment, the voice of the system sounded in my heart. This is good. Yemo was overjoyed. As long as you accompany your child, you can complete the task. This system is really friendly. Aside, Su Yuqing looked at him and smiled. This man named Yemo will be a good father. The car drove away smoothly, and after more than 20 minutes, it entered a high-end community. Got off the car, took the elevator directly, and came to the top floor. What is the taste? As soon as he stepped out of the elevator, Yemo smelled a stench. Smell carefully, it is the boy on the left. Quick, change his diaper. Su Yuqing hurriedly opened the door and hurriedly found a diaper. After changing the diaper, the baby boy was crying again and again. She had to hug and coax her for a long time, and just after she calmed down, the baby girl started to make trouble again, causing her to be in a hurry. I come. Yemo hugged the baby girl and coaxed her for a while, but she didn't see her calm down. I'm hungry. Su Yuqing said. Hungry? Then, what did she eat? Yemo was startled. Drink milk. Su Yuqing held the child from his arms, and subconsciously untied the front of her clothes, revealing a little greasy whiteness. Then, she woke up with a start, blushed instantly, and turned around with the child in her arms. Yemo also made a big red face. Although the two have children, but they are not familiar with each other, such a scene is undoubtedly a bit embarrassing. What a great figure. Thinking of the glance just now, he felt a little restless. Her figure is notoriously good. She has a pair of perfect long legs and a proud upper circumference, which makes her known as the devil's figure. After giving birth to a child, her originally proud curves seem to be fuller. A bit. In order to ease the embarrassment, he picked up the boy and sat down. Seeing that there were toys in the living room, he brought them to play with the boy. After a while, Su Yuqing finished feeding the baby girl and continued to feed the baby boy. Thanks for your hard work. Seeing her tired face, Yi Mo felt a little distressed. Got used to. Su Yuqing smiled, actually, it's okay. I usually have a nanny to take care of me and the child, so I'm not very tired. After a while, I have to go to work, and the child has to be taken care of by her and you. No problem. Yi Mo hurriedly said. If it was before, he was a hard-working programmer and had no time to take care of the children, but now that he has a system, he is naturally free. Ding! The task is completed, start to draw random rewards. Congratulations to the host, you have obtained 5% of the shares of Wanyi Group. After a while, the system sound rang again. Yi Mo was stunned when he heard it. Netty? Isn't the company he works for 5%? His. He gasped on the spot. The market value of the entire group exceeds 100 billion, and if it is 5%, it is also worth billions. In a blink of an eye, he became a billionaire. It's just shares, it can't be realized temporarily. He calmed down quickly. His worth seems to be very high now, but the money on hand is only 5 million. If he pays off the mortgage, there is not much left. Stayed for a while, and waited until Su Yuqing put the pair of babies to sleep before he left. Walking out of the community, he took a deep breath and felt that his mood was different. From today onwards, he is the father of a pair of children. In addition to being excited, he also feels a heavy responsibility. Was planning the future when the phone rang. Hey! Mom! He picked up the phone. Son! What's the matter? Jia just called and said that you have a woman outside and you have children. She also said that the marriage is not going to end. Isn't that true? On the other end of the phone came the voice mother's anxious voice. End of this chapter. Just been repented by the super diva and blocked the door with her baby. Chapter 3, Yi Mo, am I a scumbag? Chapter 3 Yi Mo, am I a scumbag? On the other end of the phone, Mother Yi was anxious. The wedding date has been set, and today is also the day for the young couple to get the certificate, but such a change suddenly happened, how could she not be in a hurry? Call me. You stinky brat, are you itchy? You dare to do such a jerk? Father Yi grabbed the phone and cursed angrily. Dad, Mom, it's not what you think. Yi Mo explained. You said, is the matter of the child true? Father Yi asked sharply. Yes, there are children. Yi Mo said helplessly. Okay. You bastard. You're going to disgrace our family. Father Yi was heartbroken. This matter is going to spread, and their family is going to be ridiculed. Dad, listen to my explanation. Yi Mo patiently persuaded. Listen to him, I don't think my son is like that. Mother Yi said. Yi Mo immediately told what happened. As for Su Yuqing's identity, he concealed it. Really? Father Yi is still a little unbelieving. I believe in my son. Mother Yi stood firmly on Yi Mo's side. Their family is really shameless. Father Yi thought about it carefully, and believed it a little bit. Son, no matter what, the money for the dowry must be recovered. Also, you said just now that there are 2 children, a boy and a girl. Is it true? Who is the mother of the child? When will you bring it back and show us? Father Ye's tone became a little excited. He has wanted to hug his grandson for a long time, and now he is still a pair of twins, just thinking about it is beautiful. Mom and Dad, this is not in a hurry, I will definitely bring it back to show you when the time comes. Yi Mo comforted them and hung up the phone. Back home, Yi Mo carefully studied the system. He found that the system can be called out, and there is a translucent interface with his attributes. Yi Mo, Novice Dad, Junior God. Wealth value, 8. Ability value, 0. In the corner of wealth value, a line of small characters is marked, and the full level of points is 99. Also has the ability value column, the same is true, the highest is 99. He felt that this should be the same as the leveling up in the game, and it will gradually increase in the future. Assets, deposit of 5 million yuan, a residence in Tianshui Yayuan, 5% shares of Wanyi Group. Liabilities, 3.24 million. Click on the wealth value, and 2 lines of characters appear. Debt. It should be a mortgage. 5% of Wanyi's shares are worth billions. Why is my wealth value so low, only at level 8, isn't it worth a share in the eyes of the system? Then click on the ability value column, there is nothing. After studying for a while, he fell asleep. The next morning, he went to work as usual. He is going to submit his resignation today and take a few days to hand over the job, so that he can concentrate on taking care of the 2 babies in the future. As soon as he entered the company, he found that the atmosphere was not right. His colleagues in the past pointed at him and whispered about something. I really didn't see that he was such a person. Disgusting. I've already seen it, man. He's all scum. Not to mention he's so handsome, he looks like a big radish. Especially those female colleagues, all of them looked contemptuous. Yemo frowned and vaguely guessed something. He ignored it and went straight to his workstation. I usually look at him very serious, but I didn't expect to play so much. Isn't his girlfriend very beautiful? I've seen it before, she's still a little model, it's alright, the marriage is over. From time to time, sarcastic words came from left and right. Yemo. Suddenly, a man walked into the office and walked towards Yemo. Suddenly, everyone in the office raised their heads, and many of them were gloating and watching the show. Yemo stood up. This man is Gao Chang, he is his supervisor, he is about to go to the other party to submit his resignation. Yemo, look at what you've done, you've disgraced the company. The person who came approached, threw out a stack of paper, and smashed at the table. Yemo saw that they were all screenshots from the internet, and they were all about his cheating. He was completely described as a scumbag who cheated on marriage, and he was very heinous. Don't think about it, it must be the woman Song Jia did. He clenched his fists, anger welling up in his heart. This woman, it's not enough to deceive him, now she wants to slander him and ruin his reputation, it's really vicious. These are fake. He said solemnly. Fake. Ha! Who would believe it? Gao Chang raised his hand, pushed up his glasses, and sneered coldly. Yemo's girlfriend, he had heard of it, was a serious girl, she was beautiful, and the 2 were about to get married. If nothing like this happened, how could she have gone online to file a complaint? Yemo, I really didn't expect that you are such a person. What you have done has seriously affected the company's image. I discussed it with the personnel director, and I will be fired immediately. You can pack your things now and get out. Gao Chang waved his hand and shouted loudly. There was a dark feeling in his heart. This Yemo, he looked unhappy for a long time, he was more handsome than him, and he was more popular in the company than him. Had contradicted him before and was very disobedient, but now he has finally caught the handle. Yemo narrowed his eyes. This matter has not been found out yet, the company will not fire him casually, it must be this guy avenging his personal revenge. It wasn't you who fired me, it was I who resigned myself. It's a broken place, don't wait. He picked up the resignation letter on the table and threw it violently. Snapped. A crisp sound. The resignation letter was smashed right in the face of the other party. The bustling office suddenly turned deadly. You was stunned for a moment, then Gao Chang roared, his face flushed red, and he became a little hideous. Open your dog's eyes and see, this is a letter of resignation, it's Lao Tzu who quit. Yemo rolled his eyes. Originally, he wanted to resign politely, but now it seems that this is not necessary. Okay. Very good. I think in the future, which company will want you as a scumbag? Gao Chang held the resignation letter in his hands and said fiercely. He can guarantee that, starting today, no internet company will want this guy. That's better. Yemo picked up the bag and was about to leave. At this moment, his cell phone rang. Is a strange phone. Hello, Mr. Yi, I'm the secretary of Wanyi's president's office. I'm making this call on behalf of Mr. Ding. Congratulations on becoming the third largest shareholder of our group. The president's office? Yi Mo was startled. Mr. Yi, when are you free? I'll visit you. Oh. I'm free now, I'm in your Wanyi building. Yi Mo reported the location of the office. On the other end of the phone, there was silence for a while, obviously surprised. Okay. Mr. Yi, wait, I'll see you right away. The phone hangs up quickly. What happened? Aside, Gao Chang was a little strange. Why didn't this guy leave suddenly? Also, what was the president's office just mentioned? Is he going to appeal to the president's office? Snort. Dream it. Even if you appeal, the result will be the same. He sneered and didn't care. After waiting for a while, he saw that someone came in outside, and his footsteps were a little hasty. Gao Chang took a closer look, and it was really Secretary Su from the president's office. End of this chapter. Just been repented by the super diva and blocked the door with her baby. Chapter 4, Mr. Yi, Mr. Ding, please hold a general meeting of shareholders. Chapter 4 Mr. Yi, Mr. Ding invites you to hold a general meeting of shareholders. Secretary Su, why are you here? Gao Chang trotted all the way to meet him. This Secretary Su is someone close to Mr. Ding. Find someone. Secretary Su raised his head and glanced left and right. You are here for this Yi Mo. Secretary Su, you don't know how much he has done, which has seriously affected our company's reputation. There is no problem in firing him. Gao Chang is righteous and authentic. Yi Mo. Yes. I'm here for Mr. Yi. Wait, what's the dismissal? Secretary Su was startled and said in surprise. You don't know. His cheating incident went viral online, and the impact was very bad. High Strength Road. What are you cheating on? What a mess. Secretary Su lowered his face and scolded, I was entrusted by President Ding to invite Mr. Yi to attend the next general meeting of shareholders. What? Gao Chang was shocked and a little stunned. General meeting of shareholders? That guy Yi Mo is just an ordinary employee, how can he be qualified to participate in any shareholders meeting? There was an uproar in the office. Everyone was puzzled. Su, Secretary Su, did you make a mistake? Gao Chang regained his senses and hesitated. There's nothing wrong, I just contacted him, he's here. Secretary Su glanced around, followed the eyes of everyone around him, and saw Yi Mo not far away. Mr. Yi. He shouted. It's me. Yi Mo nodded. Oh. Mr. Yi, I'm so sorry for neglecting you. I didn't expect you to be an employee of our company, what a coincidence. Secretary Su laughed, stepped forward quickly, and held Yi Mo's hand enthusiastically. Looking at this scene, everyone around was stunned. What's going on? This Yi Mo is just an ordinary employee, why is the CEO's person so polite to him? Even invited him to attend the shareholders' meeting. Secretary Su, this. Gao Chang stammered, unable to speak. You don't know yet, Mr. Yi, he just acquired 5% of our group's shares and became the third largest shareholder. Secretary Su smiled and said to everyone. As soon as the voice fell, everyone's expressions were dull again. 5% stake. Isn't that billions? This unremarkable Yi Mo turned out to be a hidden billionaire. For a moment, everyone's head was buzzing, and they couldn't believe it. That Gao Qiang became even more petrified, and his face gradually paled. He is going to fire a billionaire, the company's third largest shareholder, isn't he courting death? Mr. Yi, are you in any trouble? Secretary Su looked around and said again. Nothing, just resign. Yi Mo said lightly. Oh. That's a shame. Secretary Su didn't hold back either. This is obviously a rich second generation who came out to experience life, how can he stay in the company all the time? Mr. Yi, please. Let's go up and talk. Secretary Su bowed, led Yi Mo respectfully, and walked out. In the office, there was a moment of dead silence, and then there was a loud noise. I didn't even see it, he's a billionaire. He even flirted with me before, but now that I think about it, I regret it. I feel like I have missed hundreds of millions. No one cares about the gossip. At this moment, they only regret that they missed an opportunity to be friends with billionaires. Went to the president's office, chatted with Secretary Sue, and then Emo left. What shareholders meeting, he is not interested. Walking out of the building, he just felt relaxed. Quit his job, so he can focus on taking care of his 2 babies. When he thought of the 2 babies, his heart was warm, and he wished to fly over immediately and hug them. I don't seem to be running out of diapers, so I have to buy some. And how to take care of the baby, I still don't know anything, I have to study hard. He didn't rush there, but found a bookstore near his home, flipped through the parenting books, and learned how to take care of the baby. Next, he went to a baby store. As soon as he entered the store, he was dazzled by all kinds of diapers, milk powder, toys, milk bottles, and he didn't know how to choose. Choose the expensive one, that's right. He took a cart and picked the most expensive ones. Sir, your 2 sets of clothes are different. This one is for the baby girl. When checking out, the clerk reminded me carefully. My 2 babies. Emo is quite proud. 2. Dragon and Phoenix. The clerk was startled and full of surprise. Young man, amazing. The people next to him immediately looked sideways, and an ant said enviously. The twins are rarer than twins. My boy is so unsatisfactory, he gave birth to a son, and I want to have a granddaughter. Both children. Consummation. A group of ants chatted and talked excitedly. Even some young couples cast envious glances at Emo. After paying the bill, Emo rushed to Su Yuqing's house with a small bag. You are Aunt Yun. The person who opened the door was a kind-hearted middle-aged woman wearing an apron, probably the nanny Su Yuqing mentioned yesterday. Mr. Yi. Aunt Yun shouted politely. Why did you bring so many things? I'll help you. She took a few bags from Emo's hand and entered the house. Spent a lot of money. Su Yuqing walked over from the living room with the child in her arms. She was undressed, casually wearing a silk nightgown. The nightgown is soft and thin, which can't hide her proud figure at all. The front and back are stretched out with full curves, and the collar is a little low, revealing some snowy ravines. Her hair is slightly messy, but it does not affect her beauty in the slightest. Emo looked a little lost. I used to see her on the screen, and I thought she was beautiful enough, with peerless elegance and unparalleled beauty. Now she seems to be a bit more beautiful than before, and she has a bit more mature charm, and every move exudes a fatal temptation. No, just buy some. He quickly regained his senses and put the things in his hands on the cabinet beside him. There are so many, so call it casual. Su Yuqing came over and whispered, why are there still toys? These clothes are a bit big. Isn't this going to be worn in the future? I'll buy it first. Emo smiled. Yes. You are quite careful. Su Yuqing chuckled, however, you don't have to buy it in the future, save yourself a bit, didn't you just buy a house? You still have to pay off the mortgage. This money is fine. Emo said. You sit first, and I'll give you a hug after I finish feeding the baby. After Su Yuqing finished speaking, she turned and walked into the house. Seen from behind, her figure is very tall, with knife-like shoulders down, is a water snake waist with a full grip, and her plump buttocks are wrapped in a nightgown, forming a rounded arc, while walking, slightly waved. A pair of straight legs is even more amazing. Emo glanced at it, feeling a little overwhelmed, so he hurriedly lowered his head and started to organize things. End of this chapter. Just been repented by the super diva and blocked the door with her baby. Chapter 5, Emo massages the baby. Chapter 5, Emo massages the baby. Let me wash it. In the kitchen, Aunt Yun snatched the bowl from Emo's hand. It's okay, I'll wash. Emo grabbed it back again. He felt a little embarrassed to sit, so he came to find some housework to do. You young man, you are not only handsome, but also diligent in your hands and feet. Aunt Yun smiled and praised again and again. In the beginning, she had a lot of opinions on the child's father, and felt that she was a scumbag. That's why Miss Sue gave birth to the child alone. Later, she heard from Miss Sue that the child's father didn't know the existence of the child at all. Change. I saw it today and it changed a lot. This young man is not only handsome, he is no worse than those celebrities, and he is also kind. No wonder big stars like Miss Sue also like him. After washing the dishes and mopping the floor, Su Yuqing has finished feeding the baby. Yi Mo took it and held it in one hand. Aunt Yun, go and take out the baby's bath. Su Yuqing sat down and rested for a while, then got busy again. She took out a bathtub, took the water, prepared towels, and some baby toiletries. Let me do it. Yi Mo hurriedly stood up. Do you know? Su Yuqing was startled. I can learn it, and I have to wash it in the future. Yi Mo smiled. Su Yuqing hesitated for a moment, then nodded. Look at the water temperature, you must pay attention, 38 degrees is the best, and the doors and windows should be closed tightly, there should be no wind, otherwise the baby will easily catch a cold. She reached out to test the water temperature and said softly. As for the towel, you should also choose this one. It is softer and best for babies. This is for baby's hair, this is for body. Yi Mo listened intently. Ding! The system task is triggered, bathing the baby, and obtaining the skill, massage. Suddenly, the sound of the system sounded. Massage. Very good, you can massage your baby. Yi Mo was overjoyed. He has just learned a lot of parenting knowledge and knows that babies also need massage, which has many benefits. Wash Nuo first. After the explanation, Su Yuqing brought the boy. Ba. Ba. The boy is a little naughty and restless. As soon as he enters the water, he starts to flutter. Yi Mo picked up the towel and carefully scrubbed him. After washing, he brought a dry towel to dry the baby. Ding! The task is completed, and the skill, massage is obtained. After getting the system prompt, Yi Mo immediately opened the attribute interface. In the blank ability column, there is a massage technique. Moreover, the word entry is also marked on the back. Beginner, master, extraordinary. A little bit of entry, you can see the detailed grade division. Is there any essential oil at home for baby massage? He looked at Su Yuqing and asked. Essential oil? Yes, but. Su Yuqing was startled. She bought essential oils before and wanted to massage the baby, but the baby didn't seem to like it and kept crying, so she didn't press it again. Do you know? Learn a little. Yi Mo nodded. Su Yuqing was suspicious and went to get a bottle of baby essential oil. Nanuo he doesn't seem to like massage, he resisted it before. Watching Yi Mo get started, ready to massage the baby, she shook her head. She thinks it will be the same this time. But then, a scene that surprised her appeared. The baby did not resist at all, but stretched his hands and feet, showing a very enjoyable expression. This. She opened her mouth, the more she looked, the more shocked she became. This craft is also too powerful, too skilled. All right. After pressing for 10 minutes, Yi Mo stopped and dried the baby. Where did you learn it? Su Yuqing exclaimed, feeling a little incredible. His technique is completely professional, even better than a doctor. Online learning. Yi Mo smiled. Then, he gave the baby girl a bath and massage. Amazing. Aunt Yun also came over to watch, tsk amazed. Su was pressed too comfortably, and the two babies fell asleep quickly. This skill, the more you should use it, the more proficient you will become and the more you will improve. Other skills are estimated to be similar. Yi Mo opened the system interface and took a look. As long as you get along with your baby, you will unlock more skills in the future, and these skills will continue to improve. However, the entry level is already so powerful, the master level, the extraordinary level, the effect is not against the sky. Massage. It seems that it's not just for babies. Suddenly, he thought of something and glanced at Su Yuqing beside him. His eyes swept over that hot figure, and he couldn't help but be shaken. Immediately, he quickly looked away. This figure is really terrible. Although she has just given birth to a child, she is not out of shape at all. Instead, she is more round and jaded, plump and mature. After a while, he got up and left. Golden Law Firm. After lunch, he found a law firm. The 300,000 dowry, he must get it back. And to file a lawsuit, you must hire a good lawyer. Hello, sir. What service do you need? The decoration of the law firm is quite luxurious. As soon as you enter the door, the front desk with a good face and a dignified temperament stands up and greets you warmly. I want to hire a lawyer and file a lawsuit. Yemo said. What type is it? Is it criminal or civil? Civil. Yemo briefly talked about the dowry. Okay, sir, please wait a moment and recommend a suitable lawyer for you later. The front desk smiled and asked him to sit on the sofa beside him. Yemo looked at the time, it was only 1:30, maybe the lawyers didn't go to work yet. He sat down and waited patiently. After a while, the sound of high heels came from the gate. A middle-aged woman with a delicate dress and a capable temperament walked in. Lawyer Lee. The front desk called her. New client. What lawsuit? The middle-aged woman walked over and asked. Dowry dispute. The next moment, she frowned, showing a bit of disdain. This kind of lawsuit is too unchallenging. Moreover, the number of betrothal gifts is only 300,000. At first glance, it is not a rich man, and there is no oil or water. It's him. She raised her head and looked towards Yemo, narrowed her eyes, looked up and down, she shook her head slightly, her eyes showing disgust. This guy's whole body may not exceed 500 yuan, especially that poor suit. Xiaoyan, don't come to me for this kind of big lawsuit in the future, okay? Don't take a look. What qualifications do I have, will I take this kind of small lawsuit? Which one of the lawsuits I've taken doesn't involve hundreds of them? 10,000, tens of millions of properties. She raised her face and said sharply. For this kind of lawsuit, you have to find someone new. Lawyer Lee, I'm sorry. The front desk hurriedly apologized. Seeing this, Yemo frowned. This Lawyer Lee is too big. Look, isn't the newcomer here? It's best to leave this kind of small case to her. The middle-aged woman was about to leave when she saw a figure appearing at the door. She rolled her eyes immediately, looking a bit yin and yang. Duh. Accompanied by the sound of crisp high heels stepping on the ground, a beautiful figure appeared at the door. A tall man of about 1.7 meters tall and slender, wearing a standard business attire and a hip packing skirt, which perfectly showed her graceful curves. The slender legs are wrapped in black stockings, adding a bit of sexiness and temptation. Her appearance is extremely beautiful, with a beautiful melon seed face, cherry lips, and a pair of bright and beautiful eyes under the curved willow leaf eyebrows. A pair of gold-framed glasses were placed on her pretty nose, which made her a little more intellectual and elegant. End of this chapter. Just been repented by the super diva and blocked the door with her baby. Chapter 6, Yemo, are you a billionaire? Chapter 6 Yemo, are you a billionaire? Lawyer Fu, you are here just in time, here is a case that is just right for you. Attorney Lee said sharply. She looked at the beautiful woman walking by, and there was an unconcealed jealousy in her eyes. This new talent came to the law firm less than half a year ago, and he fought several beautiful lawsuits and made a big splash. Coupled with her outstanding appearance, the group of old men in the law firm were fascinated by her, she was simply a vixen. It's Sister Lee. Fu Siwei smiled slightly and walked over. What lawsuit? The dowry dispute. The woman took 300,000 dowry, but refused to get married. Lawyer Lee said, look at this lawsuit, isn't it very simple, it's the most suitable for a newcomer like you. 300,000. Fu Siwei was surprised, a lot. A lot. It's only 300,000. Attorney Lee pouted and said disdainfully, to get married now, 300,000 is not a lot. My niece got married a while ago, and the man gave 880,000. This case is for you. The people are there. She pointed at Emo and shouted. This, okay. I've been pretty empty lately anyway. Fu Siwei hesitated for a while, but nodded. Attorney Li raised his head, showing a somewhat triumphant gesture. Mr. Yi, right? Fu Siwei smiled politely and walked towards Emo. Emo got up, stretched out his hand, and shook her hand. Schoolmaster Fu, don't you remember me? Fu Siwei was startled. Do you recognize me? I am Emo. Oh. It's you. Fu Siwei recalled for a moment and whispered. She remembered that she was a classmate in high school, a former classmate. Sorry, I didn't recognize it all at once. She apologized. Fine. Emo smiled. It's been 7 or 8 years since they graduated from high school. Both of them have changed a lot, so it's normal that they don't recognize each other. Yo. It's still an old classmate, that's just right. Lawyer Li smiled aside. Now, this person named Fu must be accepted. What's going on with this lawsuit? Why have the bride price been given, and the marriage ended? Fu Siwei sat down and said solemnly. I didn't expect that. It was good, the wedding date was set, and she had to get the certificate, and she suddenly regretted the marriage. Emo introduced the situation. This is too much. Emo, don't worry, I will help you settle this lawsuit. Her behavior is illegal, the law supports you, and you will get all the bride price back. Fu Siwei said indignantly. That's good. Please. Emo is polite and authentic. They're all old classmates, so don't be so polite. Fu Siwei smiled. By the way, do you understand the legal knowledge of stocks and companies? At this moment, Emo suddenly asked what he thought. Understood. What's wrong? Fu Siwei was startled. That's right. I recently bought some stocks, but I don't know much about them. I want to find a private lawyer to help me deal with legal issues in this area in the future. Emo said. What? Fu Siwei was stunned for a moment, then laughed. Ha! Even a private lawyer. Aside, Lawyer Li also laughed, as if he had heard some big joke. Private lawyer. That is not something that ordinary people hire. The cost is extremely high. For this guy, the betrothal gift is only 300,000 yuan. At first glance, it is a master who has no money. I'm afraid it's not in front of beautiful women, slap a swollen face and make a fat man. Emo, private lawyers are very expensive. You don't need it. If you have any questions in the future, you can come and consult me. For the sake of old classmates, I will give you a 20% discount on the consultation fee. Fu Siwei smiled. By the way, what stock did you buy? Did it go up? Wangyi's, I don't know if it goes up or not. Don't you even read it? How many shares did you buy? When talking about the ups and downs of stocks, Fu Siwei was very excited. 5%. Emo said. Oh. 5%. Fu Siwei nodded. Immediately, her face froze and she realized something was wrong. The next moment, her pair of beautiful eyes suddenly widened, staring round and round. 105%. She opened her mouth slightly, her lips trembling. Boom. Beside, Lawyer Li, who was watching the play, also froze. With a shake of his hand, the steel teacup in his hand fell. Her eyes also widened, full of horror and disbelief. You, just kidding. After a while, Fu Siwei calmed down and smiled bitterly. Wangyi is a large group with a market value of 100 billion. If it is 5%, it is billions. In her memory, this Yemo's family was very ordinary, and this didn't even cause a dispute over the bride price. For 300,000 yuan to come to her for a lawsuit, how could it be possible to have so much money to buy stocks worth billions? This sounds ridiculous. No. Look, these are stock transfer documents. Emo took out his briefcase and found several documents. These documents appeared in his briefcase when he got his shares yesterday. Gollum. Fu Siwei swallowed hard and took it with trembling hands. Glanced at her, and her hands trembled even more. Correct. Is indeed a 5% stake. Looking at the numbers above, she felt dizzy. An old classmate from the past turned out to be a hidden billionaire. This is incredible too. I see. That lawyer Lee rushed over, took back the document, widened his eyes, and scanned it carefully. Then, she swayed and almost fainted. A billionaire rich. She actually missed it. Moreover, he also pushed him to this surnamed Fu. Sin. Is the file okay? Yi Mo chuckled. Oh. No. Fu Siwei looked in a trance, but her mind was still extremely shocked. Yi Mo, why didn't I know that you are so rich? When she regained her senses, she couldn't help but smile bitterly. It was not easy to disclose before. Yi Mo said. She snorted, and then began to adjust her sitting position. Originally, her legs were close together, but now she deliberately raised those beautiful legs, and she also tidied up her clothes and hair, with a very enthusiastic smile on her face. Yi Mo, although I don't have enough qualifications, my professional knowledge is first class, and I can be your personal lawyer. She had a sincere expression on her face. Wait, Mr. Yi, she is still young. As a lawyer, her qualifications are very low. I am the gold medal lawyer in the firm, and I am more suitable to be your personal lawyer. Attorney Lee rushed to the side. Yes. Yi Mo looked at her. Certainly. Attorney Lee smiled enthusiastically, raised his hands on the skirt, pulled it up a few centimeters, and squeezed his chest again, barely making a ravine. She felt that although she was old, she still had some beauty and charm. Don't bother Lawyer Lee, you're old, she'll be fine. Yi Mo looked at her up and down and smiled. Are you old? Attorney Lee was petrified immediately, and his face gradually turned the color of pig liver. End of this chapter. Just been repented by the super diva and blocked the door with her baby. Chapter 7, you have a baby? Chapter 7, you have a baby? Congratulations to Lawyer Fu. Mr. Yi, you are welcome to become a major client of our golden law firm. In the law firm, the atmosphere was jubilant. Yi Mo signed the contract, and Fu Siwei officially became his personal lawyer. Next, we go through some procedures. Okay, after a few days, the official letter and the indictment are ready, and you can submit it to the court. When that time comes, I will notify you of the court date. In the office, Fu Siwei sorted out the documents. Yi Mo looked at her with a little emotion. The former high school flower turned out to be his own personal lawyer. Over the years, she has changed a lot, more mature and more beautiful. Of course, compared with a big star like Su Yuqing, she is a little worse, but she is also considered to be the best, especially her intellectual temperament, which is particularly attractive. There are also those beautiful legs wrapped in stockings, which added a bit of a royal sister to her. It's past 3 o'clock, do you have any plans? Looked at the watch in his hand, Fu Siwei said. Buy a car. Yi Mo said. Buying a car? Fu Siwei was startled. I originally drove a Jetta, it's time to change it. Yi Mo laughed. Oh. Fu Siwei was stunned. She felt that this old classmate was pretending to be a poor man and testing his marriage partner, that's why this happened. Now that I don't pretend, I naturally have to change back to my original life. What car do you want to change? She asked with a smile, a sports car. Yi Mo shook his head. He had thought about changing to a sports car with a little more style, but after thinking about it, he felt that it was inappropriate. Now that he has children, there are still 2, and he has to take into account the situation of traveling with children in the future. Besides, he doesn't have much money now, only about 4 million. SUV. It needs more space. He said. Big space. Fu Siwei was stunned, as if thinking of something, her pretty face flushed with red glow. He looks very serious, I didn't expect to play like this. Yes. I want to take the baby. Yi Mo nodded. Huh? Baby? Fu Siwei froze for a moment, with a look of disbelief. You you have a child? 2. Yi Mo smiled. Then, he briefly explained. Oh. That's right. Fu Siwei suddenly felt embarrassed. Just now, her thoughts were impure, and she wanted to go elsewhere. Although I have a baby, it's just an accident. He's not married yet, so it doesn't mean I don't have a chance. She pondered to herself, and her expression soon returned to normal. It just so happens that I'm fine, let's accompany you to see the car. She stood up and said enthusiastically. It is good. After leaving the law firm, the two went to a few car shops. Su is because he brought a big beauty with him, and those sales became much more enthusiastic. Picked it, Yi Mo still chose the Lamborghini Urus. The brand is very atmospheric and the space is large, and it will cost more than 3 million to win. After buying the car, Yi Mo invited her to dinner. When I got home, it was already past 8 o'clock, and my parents called again to ask about the baby, but he put it off. Just hung up the phone. Not long after, the phone rang again. Picked it up and saw that it was Su Yuqing. Aunt Yun has something to do at home tonight and can't help me take care of the baby. I'm a little tired. Can you come over and take care of the baby? Su Yuqing's tone was a little sleepy. It is good. Yi Mo hurriedly responded. He got into the car and rushed to Su Yuqing's house. Su Yuqing just finished breastfeeding. She was so tired that she could barely open her eyes. Go to bed. I'll take care of the baby. Yi Mo hugged the two children and said softly. Okay. She responded in a low voice and walked into the bedroom. Yi Mo was sitting in the living room, looking left and right. The more he looked at the two babies, the more he liked them. He was handsome, and his mother was a super beauty like Su Yuqing. The two children were naturally quite outstanding. Like two little angels, they are very beautiful. It is estimated that they have slept for a long time during the day, and the two children are full of energy, with 2 pairs of large black eyes, and they are drowsy at all. Yi Mo had to coax them all the time and play with them. Wow! The boy suddenly sat down and started crying. Then, he smelled a stench. Ding! The system task is triggered, changing the baby's diaper, and obtaining the skill, manual. The sound of system sounded. Handmade? It should be a craft like carving. Yi Mo was startled. He went to get a new diaper, and operated it according to what he had learned before. You're done. Looks simple, but in reality, it is not easy to do. It took him a lot of effort to change it. Ding! The task is completed, the skill is acquired, craft. Yi Mo opened the interface again and saw a handmade sign next to the massage icon. At the same time, a lot of knowledge that he did not have before emerged in his mind, such as carving, weaving, printing and dyeing, sewing, and even embroidery, pottery and other crafts. You can make clothes for the baby, and I'll make the clothes they wear in the future. He quickly found the role of this skill. By the way, you can also shoot short videos and do live broadcasts. Suddenly, a light flashed in his mind. He doesn't have a serious job now, so he can't explain it to his parents, so he has to find something to do. It wasn't until after 11 o'clock that he put the two children to sleep. He tidied up the living room and went to the laundry room. When he saw the baby's dirty clothes, he was about to wash it, but when he picked it up, it was obvious that there were some very light clothes with lace inside. This is too much fabric. He muttered. Hesitated for a while, but he washed it together. Washed, drained, hung up, and after a bit of work, he sat down. Seeing that there was no movement in the bedroom, he didn't want to disturb him, so he just looked at the child, leaned on the sofa, and stayed up until the early morning before falling asleep. The next morning, he was woken up by Su Yuqing. Thanks a lot. She had just taken a shower, her hair was still dry, and her body exuded a good smell of shower gel. That beautiful face was shrouded in a hazy light under the light of the living room, which was breathtakingly beautiful. She changed into a pair of pajamas, her hot figure looming. Yi Mo looked a little dazed, shook his head, and finally woke up. Fine. He yawned and sat up. What do you want to eat? There are dumplings, bread, and steamed buns at home. Su Yuqing wiped her hair, her tone a little lazy. Dumplings. Yi Mo said. Okay. Then wait a moment. She responded, walked to the kitchen, and took out a bag of dumplings from the refrigerator. That clothes, you washed them? She was burning water and asked suddenly. Ah. Yes. Yi Mo froze for a moment and looked towards the balcony. There, a few thin pieces of fabric are hanging. She let out a low voice and didn't speak any more, but 2 smudges of red light crept up quietly on that beautiful face. Soon, 2 plates of dumplings were served on the table. Was eating when suddenly, her cell phone rang. It's my dad. Picked it up and took a look, her complexion changed drastically. End of this chapter. Just been repented by the super diva and blocked the door with her baby. Chapter 8, Father Su, this guy is not bad. Chapter 8 Father Su, this guy is not bad. My parents are coming. Su Yuqing put down her phone, looking a little flustered. Yi Mo was shocked and his hands shook. Now. Yes. He said the gate of the community. What then? Go away. It would be bad if my dad saw you. Su Yuqing said anxiously. Yi Mo stood up and walked towards the door. He was also a little panicked. His relationship with Su Yuqing was very special, and he didn't know how to face Su's father and Su's mother. Hurried downstairs, Yi Mo walked to his car. Doo-doo. As soon as I pressed the key and started the car, I saw a black Mercedes-Benz coming from the other side of the road. When approached, the car slowed down, adjusted the angle, and wanted to park in the parking space. But because the car next to him was parked too close, the car could not drive in, and it was suddenly stuck there, in a dilemma. Do you need help? Yi Mo watched for a while and walked over. The car window rolled down, and Yi Mo saw a middle-aged couple. No matter their dress or temperament, they were quite rich. Young man, watch for me, I'll reverse the car. The middle-aged man sitting in the driver's seat smiled at Yi Mo and shouted. It is good. Yi Mo nodded. The middle-aged man immediately started the car and fell backwards, but maybe because of lack of skill, he still couldn't fall out. If I tell you not to drive, you won't listen. Middle-aged women kept ranting. The man didn't dare to refute, his face was embarrassed. Let me do it. Yi Mo couldn't take it any longer and smiled. Good good. Young man, come and drive. The middle-aged man was overjoyed and got out of the car quickly. After Yi Mo got into the car, he successfully parked the car in the parking space. Young man, thank you so much. The middle-aged man walked up, thanked him repeatedly, and handed over a pack of cigarettes. I don't smoke. Yi Mo waved his hand, it's just a job. Young people are too modest. The middle-aged man laughed and put the cigarette back, it's good not to smoke, healthy. Is that your car? Not bad. Said, he glanced at the Lamborghini Urus not far away. To be able to buy this car, the property is definitely not ordinary. Ah. Yes. Yi Mo nodded. We're still talking, come and get something. The middle-aged woman opened the trunk and took out bags of things. Coming. The middle-aged man hurriedly walked over and mentioned the things on the ground, but there seemed to be too many things, and the 2 of them couldn't bring them up. Yi Mo shook his head and walked up. Let me help you. Oh. How embarrassing, the middle-aged woman said embarrassedly. It's all right, isn't it far? Yi Mo smiled. Not far, just in that building, building number 4, the middle-aged man said. Number 4. Yi Mo was stunned for a moment, and he snorted in his heart. Take another look at the things in your hands, many of which are supplements, and some baby products. Oh. That's not far. He quickly calmed down and said calmly. He carried something, followed the 2 of them into the building, took them to the elevator, and quickly said goodbye and left. Hey. This guy is really good, handsome and enthusiastic. In the elevator, the man sighed. Yeah. He's a very nice guy. Looking at his car, his family must be very good. The middle-aged woman said with emotion, it would be great to have such a son-in-law. She sighed deeply. Ugh. The man followed with a sigh, frowning so much that he frowned, how about 2 children? Who doesn't mind, even if our daughter looks like a fairy, it won't work. It will be difficult to find such a good son-in-law in the future. Alas. This child, let her not give birth, but she wants to give birth, just disobedient. When did she hear what we said? She was born, and there was nothing she could do. Well, it's almost here, don't make a face. Ding. The elevator has arrived. The 2 of them walked out with their things in hand and knocked on the door. Dad, Mom. After a while, the door opened, and the person inside was Su Yuqing. Why did it take so long to open the door? Mother Su was a little suspicious. Coax the baby. Su Yuqing said. Actually, she was checking to see if there was anything left by Yimo. Mother Su snorted, but didn't have any doubts. Mom and Dad, why do you bring so many things, can you lift them? Your mother has to buy so much. Fortunately, there was an enthusiastic and handsome guy who helped us to the elevator. Otherwise, we really couldn't get it. Father Su walked into the room and smiled. Enthusiastic handsome guy. Su Yuqing was startled. Yeah. Thanks to him, he helped me park my car. Don't say, he is really handsome, with the style of your father back then. Father Su smiled. Su Yuqing snorted in her heart. They didn't bump into Yimo, right? He also drives a Lamborghini, not a sports car, but an SUV. He should also live here, do you know him? Father Su said again. Lamborghini? That is definitely not Yimo. Yimo is a little white-collar worker, how can he drive such a luxury car? Do not know. Su Yuqing shook her head, secretly relieved. Back home, Yimo took a bath. He began to seriously consider doing short videos and live broadcasts. People have to have something to do. Besides, it's also for the 2 babies. Soon, he made up his mind. First you have to find a venue, then buy equipment. He checked the internet to see if there were any handmade workshops for sale, and also checked the brands and prices of various related equipment. This is not bad. There were a lot of studios transferred, so he found the biggest one, got in touch, and rushed over. After read it, he was satisfied and took it straight away. Next, is to buy all kinds of equipment and materials. He was busy until the afternoon before he got it done. Make gold utensils for the baby first. He first thought of the longevity lock. But after seeing various styles, he was not satisfied, it was too old. Be special, be different. Dragon and Phoenix, by the way, one is a dragon and the other is a phoenix. Soon, he had an idea. He took a blank piece of paper and started designing. After a while, 2 drawings were released. Still looks like a traditional longevity lock, but one is coiled with a 9-clawed golden dragon, and the other is surrounded by a golden phoenix with spread wings. Good. After slightly modifying the details, he started making. When he acquired the skill of handicraft, he had already mastered various craftsmanship of gold ware and was quite proficient in making it. He did not use the method of casting, but pulled the gold into extremely fine gold wires, and then weaved them. This is the most complicated production process for goldware. At the beginning, his speed was still a little slow, but gradually, he felt that his hand became more and more skilled, and his skills had improved significantly. He knew that this was due to an increase in proficiency. He also became more and more energetic, until late at night, and made the panlong golden lock. He wasn't sleepy at all, so he continued to do the other one. When I finished it, it was already past 4 in the morning. Just finished the video before going to sleep. He drank a few bottles of Red Bull and started editing the video. This is even simpler. It took more than 2 hours to complete the editing. He created a Douyin account and uploaded it. Then, he lay down on the sofa and fell asleep. End of this chapter. Just been repented by the super diva and blocked the door with her baby. Chapter 9, what is his background? Chapter 9, what is his background? When woke up, it was already afternoon. After opening Douyin, Emo was taken aback. Fans 10.5 W. 30.7 W likes. This data completely exceeded his expectations. Although he bought the promotion after uploading it, the effect was too fierce. After opening the video, there are tens of thousands of comments. Too beautiful. It's so beautiful. I want to buy one for my baby too. These hands are amazing. Oh my god. Is the sound of praise. Emo looked down one by one, feeling a little proud immediately. The hard work of the night was finally in vain. You can also make 2 pairs of bracelets, as well as jade, and you can also make a little. He was eating takeout, and many thoughts came to his mind. After eating, the phone rang. Looking at the number, he couldn't help frowning. Is Song Jia? Emo, you are so shameless, you dare to sue me. As soon as was connected, Song Jia's icy, angry voice came from the opposite side. Didn't I say, see you in court? Emo was also welcome and sneered. You, do you really think you can win? I've already found the best lawyer, and you're sure to lose. Song Jia shouted angrily. Really? That's all you have to say? Emo sneered. Emo, it takes a lot of time to fight a lawsuit. I can give you a chance. We will settle out of court, so that we can both save a lot of time. Song Jia said. Reconciliation? Wait a minute, bring your lawyer, see you downtown. Song Jia reported an address and hung up. Okay. Just go and meet her. Emo snorted coldly and called Fu Siwei. Half an hour later, a cafe in the city center. Emo pushed the door and walked in. He came. In the corner of the cafe, Song Jia raised her eyes and looked at the man who walked in, a sarcasm on the corner of her lips. Is still in that poor and sour dress, it seems that he still hasn't got close to that rich woman. 2. Which rich woman really likes him, isn't it all for fun? The spirit of is still a little sluggish, it must be because of being fired. She went to Wang Yi to inquire, Emo was no longer there. She also heard some rumors, which were very absurd, saying that Emo was a hidden billionaire. She naturally did not believe such rumors. Where's your lawyer? When Emo came closer, she said coldly. Wait a minute. Emo sat down. He glanced at Song Jia. She was still the same as before, she was very delicate and fashionable, with the kind of beauty unique to urban girls. You haven't slept well these days. Song Jia also looked at him and sneered. I really didn't sleep well. Emo nodded. Song Jia sneered, her pointed chin raised slightly, and her expression was a little smug. Hello, Mr. Yi, I'm Miss Song's attorney, Lu Qingkai. At this moment, the middle-aged man on the side spoke up. He wore a suit and leather shoes, with a pair of black-rimmed glasses, and he looked like an elite. Emo glanced at him and nodded slightly. Lu Qingkai smiled and looked very relaxed. This lawsuit is simple. This man surnamed Yi has no money at first glance. He has been emptied of 300,000 yuan, and has a mortgage on his back. How can he afford a good lawyer? It is estimated that he is just some rubbish, and he is an elite among lawyers. Even if he did go to court, he would still win. Mr. Yi, I advise you to reconcile and withdraw the indictment. This will not only protect Miss Song's reputation, but also benefit you. We can compensate you appropriately. Lu Qingkai laughed. Fame. Hearing this, Emo smiled. What reputation does this woman have? Mr. Yi, don't rush to refuse, think about it. LV Qingkai said, I believe that when your lawyer comes, he will also advise you to do so. After he finished speaking, he picked up the coffee in front of him and took a small sip, looking calm and composed. Emo didn't make a sound, just looked down at the time. 10 minutes later, the door of the cafe was pushed open, and a beautiful figure walked in. The figure is extraordinarily tall. Under the wrapping of a professional attire, the body curve presents a standard S shape, which is exquisite and embossed, graceful and graceful. Under the hip-packed skirt, is a pair of unusually slender legs, wrapped in black stockings, which is very tempting. A beautiful face, with light makeup, more radiant. As soon as she appeared, all eyes in the store were attracted, and many people stared blankly. Lu Qingkai was also stunned while holding the coffee. Then, he couldn't help swallowing his saliva. Aside, Song Jia looked up, her brows wrinkled, and a look of jealousy flashed in her eyes. She had to admit that this woman was 100 times brighter than her. Fu! Lawyer Fu! Lu Qingkai suddenly shouted. He recognized it. Isn't this Lawyer Fu from the gold medal law firm? Although he is a newcomer, his reputation has long spread throughout the legal profession because he is so beautiful. She is your lawyer? He glanced at Yi Mo. It is certainly not a coincidence that Lawyer Fu appeared here. It's okay. It's just a newcomer. He breathed a sigh of relief. Although this Lawyer Fu is famous, his qualifications are too low. But at this moment, his eyes narrowed, and he glanced at the door and someone came in. It was a man in his 50s, in a straight suit, his face was calm and serious, and his aura was very strong. Lu Qingkai was stunned for a moment, his eyes suddenly widened. This. Isn't this a top-level expert from a gold law firm, Lawyer Su? How can that be? This is a big Buddha. The figure of the gold medal law firm is also a well-known figure in the entire legal profession. He has fought many famous lawsuits. A top lawyer like this is very valuable, and he will not accept ordinary lawsuits. How could a character like appear here to take on such a small court case? When he was shocked, an even more incredible scene appeared. Behind Lawyer Su, several people walked in, all of them with great momentum. LV Qingcai's eyes almost burst, and his mind was already shocked to the extreme. Big guy. All big guys. How can so many big guys appear here at the same time? They are not all here for this lawsuit, are they? This is ridiculous too. This is clearly a small betrothal dispute, which is only 300,000 yuan, and this surname Ji, an ordinary white-collar worker, how could it be possible to disturb so many bigwigs? Watching this pedestrian walk straight towards this side, his mind gradually sank, and there was no luck anymore. These big guys are here for this lawsuit. Who the is this surname Ji? What background does he have to invite so many bigwigs? Looked at the group of big men approaching, and then looked at the young man who was still indifferent. Lu Qingcai's heart trembled, and his expression was extremely panic. He knew that something was wrong. End of this chapter. Just been repented by the super diva and blocked the door with her baby. Chapter 10, Song Jia's shock. Chapter 10, Song Jia's shock. There are quite a lot of people. Song Jia looked at the approaching group and sneered. Yi Mo, don't think there are too many people, I'm afraid, Lawyer Lu is a master. Lawyer Lu, right. Said, she turned to look at Lu Qingkai. Lu Qingkai had long lost his previous calmness, his face was pale at this moment, and his hand holding the coffee was shaking slightly. Lawyer Lu, what's wrong with you? Song Jia stared blankly and wondered. It turned out to be Xiao Lu. The pedestrian approached, and one of the men laughed and called. Lu Qingcai's hands trembled again, and his face became paler. Song Jia's expression changed. She is not stupid, she could see some clues from this little Lu and the expression on Lawyer Lu's face. These people are? She asked in a low voice. Ms. Song, these people are all barristers from the gold medal law firm. They are all my seniors, with a higher level than me, and more connections than me. Lawyer Lu lowered his head and whispered, looking extremely embarrassed, how can that be? Song Jia was stunned with a look of disbelief. With just a little money from Yi Mo, how could he afford so many great lawyers? These lawyers are not very expensive. Attorney Lu smiled wryly, thinking that I am also puzzled. Mr. Yi. Hello. These lawyers walked up to Yi Mo, shook hands warmly, and greeted him. This scene fell in Lawyer Lu's eyes, which made him even more incredible. Such an enthusiastic and polite attitude shows that this surname Ji is definitely not simple, he is definitely not a white-collar worker, but rather someone with a great history. Miss Song, hello. I am Mr. Ye's personal lawyer. I am responsible for this lawsuit. Fu Siwei pulled out the chair, sat down, and smiled. Private lawyer? Song Jia was startled. This surname Ji can still hire a private lawyer? Lu Qingkai was also stunned for a moment, and wondered, since lawyer Fu is in charge of this lawsuit, why are you here? Ha! Mr. Yi is a top client of our golden law firm. We are worried that Xiao Fu is inexperienced and will not be able to handle this lawsuit. Of course, we have to come and see and help. Attorney Su laughed. Hearing this, Lu Qingcai's face stiffened, and then he swallowed hard. Top clients? It seems that this surname Ji is really not an ordinary person, and he will lose the lawsuit. Okay, let's get down to business. I heard you want to reconcile. Attorney Su restrained his smile, and his eyes instantly became sharp. That's right. You withdraw the lawsuit, and I can compensate you tens of thousands of dollars. This is my bottom line. Song Jia shouted. Joke. Attorney Su rolled his eyes and sneered, Ms. Song, do you really think you can win this case when you go to court? I tell you, you are delusional. If you don't believe me, ask lawyer Lu next to you. I can give you a condition for reconciliation. Not only will you have to return the full 300,000 betrothal gifts, but you will also have to compensate our party for mental damage. What? Song Jia stood up angrily and screamed, why should I have to pay for such a mental damage fee? These remarks are all from your hands, Ms. Song. Just based on these things, I can sue you for defamation and damage to your reputation. Attorney Su opened his briefcase and took out a stack of documents. Song Jia took a look, her face instantly pale. These are all rumors she made up. It's not like that. She looked at Lawyer Lu beside her, her tone trembling. Lawyer Lu brought it over, glanced at it, and sighed dejectedly. Seeing this, Song Jia trembled and sat down with a look of despair. What then? She murmured, with a hint of crying in her tone. Miss Song, I suggest you return the money. We can't win this lawsuit. Lawyer Lu shook his head dejectedly. If the opponent is a newcomer, a crappy third-rate lawyer, he can still win, but now he is facing a group of bigwigs, and there is no chance of winning at all. But, I have no money. Song Jia's face was pale. We have already mentioned the conditions. Whether you agree or not depends on how you choose. You still have a few days to consider. Attorney Su finished speaking and stood up, Mr. Yi, I think we should go. Yi Mo nodded and stood up. The group chatted and laughed, turned around and walked out, leaving Song Jia and Lu Qingkai sitting on the spot, their faces extremely ugly. Didn't you say that he is a poor jiaosi? That's it. Stop joking. If he doesn't have money, how respectful and polite would those old guys be to him? He designated a rich man, or a super rich kind. Hearing this, Song Jia was startled. She remembered the rumors she heard on Wanyi before. They all said that Yi Mo was a hidden billionaire. Could this be true? Thinking about it, she was a little stunned for a while, and regretted it in her heart. Mr. Yi, goodbye. After leaving the cafe, Attorney Su and others left, leaving Fu Siwei alone. At this time, Yi Mo looked at her and noticed her change. She didn't wear the pair of gold-rimmed glasses, and she was well-dressed, and her makeup was a little charming. Does it look good? Noticing his gaze, Fu Siwei raised her chest slightly and smiled. Of course it looks good. Yi Mo nodded. Fu's beauty is only one line behind that of a national goddess like Su Yuqing, any internet celebrity idols are eclipsed in front of her. Fu Siwei pursed her lips and smiled smugly. Then why don't you invite me to dinner? I want it. I want it. Yi Mo hurriedly said. You did this? It's amazing. When we were having dinner and talking about work, Yi Mo told her about making a short video and showed it to her. Fu Siwei was amazed and incredible. She couldn't believe that this was done by Yi Mo. The craftsmanship in this video is completely top-notch. Just started doing it, there will be more works in the future. Awesome. Fu Siwei praised again and again. After eating, Yemo drove her home. Go up and sit down. When we got downstairs, Fu Siwei got out of the car and made an invitation. Yemo nodded. She just went shopping and bought something, and she still wanted him to deliver it anyway. Her house is on the 7th floor. It is a rented house with 2 bedrooms and 1 living room. She lives alone. The layout is quite warm, neat and clean. Just sit down. She entered the house, put down what was in her hand, and changed her high heels. Then, he sat down on the sofa and breathed a long sigh of relief. Worn out. She mumbled, rubbed a pair of jade feet, and in front of Yemo, she removed the black silk on her legs, revealing a pair of straight, snow-white smooth legs. End of this chapter.